All right, so it's saying that I'm live. Here we go. Okay, great. All right. God damn, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about um oh, hang on, I got another one. All right, let's go over here. Hey, good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever, to my viewer, my one viewer. Um, I can't not do this. I can't not do it. I'm if there's anything that I am battling with is balance, and I'm trying to give myself compassion and deal with the kinds of things that I need to deal with. But I just can't. I can't keep all this stuff to myself. I just can't do it. So I somehow have to get this stuff out into the universe. And I think that this is the way I'm going to start. And I think I might, this might end up in a book. But I think if I can just get all the topics down, then that'll be a good start. I have Adam in here somewhere. Adam, where's Adam? Adam's right here. Routine. I can't believe I almost forgot routine. Routine. I'm going to say wiring. Okay. All right. This is not bad. Here's what was going on. This morning, I was just, actually, now that I have this list here, do I have all these things? Notion, Poe, Character AI, Otter, Recast, and 11 Labs. Okay, great. So I'm starting to look at AI tools, and I've been fascinated with AI. It's here. It's already here. We're never going back ever again. And I'm totally embracing it. I'm not going to, like, I don't want any viewership at all around AI, but AI is it is officially part of, how about this? I'm going to pull up Otter AI right now. All right, so I am now speaking, and I've started a conversation with Otter AI, and so I'm just going to keep going. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so for Otter AI, I am now recording a YouTube video about non-medical ADHD interventions. Okay. And I don't need anybody to recognize my contributions. I just feel agitated if I don't get this stuff out into the internet somehow. And talking about these things in a way that I can share it with other people, I think it's a good balance of compassion for others, but also in helping others, I think it helps me to think through these things. And this type of content that I'm creating in this in these slides, for example, can either go a long way to making its way into my operating manual, or also or just serve like outright as my operating manual, especially with the minimalist solutions that I'm wanting to share with people. And I keep pushing on how do I take what I'm able to do and package it in a way that other people can use it. And and I'm constantly testing that, just like you would test any system. Let me go. Oh, let me share my screen real quick so you can see that also. Untitled? Is it untitled? Hang on. Oh, it is untitled, I guess. Okay. Let's just, yeah, there it is. Okay, good. All right, so there's my screen. So I totally just lost. Oh, this is cool because I can look over here and see. Can I scroll this? I can scroll this right now. Okay, this is awesome. So I just used Otter AI to remind me of where I was, what I was even just talking about. And it was about packaging what I do for other people. And then I got distracted by the fact that I wasn't sharing my screen. So I'm just constantly trying to figure out how I can help other people to do what I do, but the way that I simulate neurotypical memory, the way that I use mindfulness, like just all of the tools that I use and information that I have and experience that I've developed is too, it's too broad, it's too much. And so but I'm constantly trying to package it and try to see if I can take these little tiny nuggets and be able to communicate them in a small enough chunks that people can get immediate value out of them. And I've been failing. I have been failing at it, but I'm tenacious, and I'm not stopping. That's just that's the way I am. I think I get it from, pretty sure it's from my dad. It's from my dad. He just never stops. But I think finally I have whittled everything down. Oh, I forgot to mention this. And so I'm always testing these things. And it's like, hey, I wonder if this is a way that other people could get like immediately started, like a quick start, minimalist, but ironclad solution for whatever topic. You can just look at this screen, whatever topic. But a lot of it has been around just direct task management. And so when I have an idea for how other people can use something, I use it myself, but then I keep failing, and it's been very painful because life is a little complex, and even the simple or pure mechanics only process of simulating memory is actually just deceptively fraught with landmines, you know? And so so I keep failing, but now I think I have I think I am now at a place where I have simplified things so much, and where I can use these processes in earnest, like fully utilize the process that I'm recommending to other people but with an understanding that I'm still in charge. In fact, my process now is more toward pure uh, memory simulation than it is around sort of like anything around tasks or commitments to getting things done. It's really more pure memory. And I can explain that, but in fact, let me look at let's see what my topics are here. Because do I have this? We have simulating neurotypical memory. Believe it or not, a lot of these things have to do with simulating memory. But the one, let me go over here so I can see and work with this. Here's the quick start simulating. So I'm using right now, you're going to see me using in real time an aid, and it's a visual aid. And I'm actually going to start moving these things around to see how to combine these topics, what things are related to each other. You're also going to be seeing me in real time. You may not see this, but I'm also going to be trying to avoid overthinking any of this, because in essence, what I want to do is I want to have these topics, I want to lay them out, I want to have the main content in presentation format where I can speak to these things. And then what I'm going to try to do is see how I can squeeze these topics into a place where I can present them in maybe, like, I guess it has to be under 5 minutes. And if I can do something in 1 minute, then I'll do it. I think the capture push pull I should be able to do. Let's go over here. First thing I want to do is I want to take this. Let's move this up here. And I'm not committed to any of this right now in terms of, it's just simulating MT, really the real thing here is non-medical interventions. That would be like, if there was something that I was advocating and trying to help people with, it's non-medical interventions. And some people are tired of medicine. Some people can't get medicine. Some people they don't like their doctors. They are beholden to their doctors, or they can't, there's supply issues with medicine, or medicine is just not enough. They need more than just the medicine. And so non-medical interventions doesn't necessarily imply that you're not taking medicine. That's not it, because even people that are taking medicine still need, medicine is not magic for anyone. Okay. So, and remember, I still have Otter going on over here. So this is pretty cool. So you should watch. People should watch me talk because I've got a lot. Let me go on a tangent here, because I've got Otter AI that can bring me back. That's fucking crazy. I need to put that down. Like that. Did I mess anything up? No, I can still see this view. Oh, let's do this too. Let's go to, I always want to get rid of this, and I always want to go to full screen, and then I also want to go to, okay. And the sharing thing, can we just put it up here somewhere? Okay. All right, excellent. Okay. Hope my phone, I'm going to test this because my phone screen has now gone dark. So I'm going to test Otter AI. So now my screen is blank. So what did that just do to Otter AI? What is even happening on my phone right now? Let me do a quick click. And it looks like it may still be recording. Let me unlock. And am I okay? All right. So Otter AI, my phone went into lock screen or standby, whatever. And Otter AI is still cranking it out. Let me tell you a little bit about why I'm excited about Otter AI is because I discovered some time ago, and I don't remember exactly my relationship with voice control on the iPhone. I can say that other things being equal, and maybe not even being equal, but within reason, I'm trying to stick with native applications. Okay. So for me, in this case, other things being equal, is like whatever's already on my phone. Calendar is a native iOS app. The iOS notification engine is native. You've got the alarm, which is native, timers, native, all that stuff. It's just easier to deal with stuff that's native. Now, Gmail is, there's nothing native like Gmail. And, um, so we're starting to go out of the thing, but Gmail is free, super mainstream, one of the most reliable apps. I used to tout it even more, but there are some cracks as I keep pushing on Gmail. My point is that voice control is, let me back up a second. So you've got the little microphone that you can tap on your keyboard and you can talk for like 30 seconds or something. And it's not bad. In fact, it's adequate in terms of the speech to text. But of course, if I'm talking for more than 30 seconds, it's not going to really help very much. So then what do I do? Well, I can use voice recorder, but of course that's a recording. And what do I do with it? I literally used to come back and listen to that and transcribe it myself, but maybe in a different format, maybe in notes, whatever, which is arduous and why I don't do that anymore. Then what do you have? Then you have voice control. So a lot of people probably don't know this, but you can turn voice control on your phone, and then it will just, if you're in somewhere that has a cursor that you can type, it will just automatically type for you. It does other things too, but that's what I would do is I would go into like the Notes app or something like that and just start talking. And it's great for when I'm in my car, So that will get you text, but it's awful. The actual text to speech is awful. I will say something like, I want to get a gift card for my daughter, and it'll be like FOUR. And it's just there's no intelligence to it. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a completely different engine for listening to me. I don't know why they have two completely different engines for text to Siri, text to iOS, but whatever. Now you've got this thing, which is, as far as I can tell, it's incredible, right? So you've got actual AI, Siri, maybe someday, right? But Siri has always been very dumb, which is why people thought Apple was way behind, and apparently they actually aren't. They just don't care about us, and they've been hoarding and hanging on to all this technology. Anyway, so now you've got this that is doing an incredible job. I just discovered this yesterday, I think, or the day before. I think it was yesterday. And there was just this YouTuber guy that I'm starting to like. He does a really good job. But anyway, I was like, okay, wait a minute. You're telling me that I can talk to I can talk to my phone. It will do text to speech. Then I can ask it questions about what I just talked about, and it'll summarize what I just talked about. It'll give me check boxes like to-dos from what I just talked about. This is dangerous. This may sincerely be something that I just have on all the time. I'm getting excited about it in real time. You saw it here first. Let me go over here. Now, again, right now I can scroll up. Let's test this. I'm going to tap And now I forgot what I was just talking about. Oh, I know what I was doing. Never mind, because I've got it here. So let's, I was moving these things around. Okay. So I've got this quick start simulating NT memory. I know that this is something that I'm going to want to do. I think this will work if I drag this up. Yep. We've got calendar, universe list. Is there anything else that's this direct quick start? No. Okay. So I've got this quick start, but I also have it down here, this prosthetic memory. This is actually, yeah, this is actually a quick start. Here's quick start. So the quick start, this is actually more of the goal of the quick start, but it doesn't matter. Let me go back to, oops. Let me go back to, all right, so I've got this quick start. Let's go back up here. Okay. So I think that I think my umbrella would be non-medical interventions. That is what this channel is going to be about. And then I start getting into simulating neurotypical memory, and that's one of my biggest issues. Now, of course, there's other things. So I'm going to say plus there. Format options, text. What is format options? Size, blah, 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 reflection, format. Okay. How about bold? That's good enough. All right. But anyway, we do have simulating neurotypical memory. In order to do that really well, it really helps to have be a minimalist, to have be able to filter things out so that you have less to manage, and that's where you start getting into heuristics and evo psych, mindfulness, meaning, and all those kinds of things. Okay, let's go back. And I believe I have those things in here somewhere. Where's mindfulness and all that? Here it is. So I've got mindfulness and all that. So let's see if there's any of these items. These are advanced, like universe list. I have notes here. I know I have notes somewhere in here too, like as a visual aid. Outlines, code, MS. These are, let's see, notes. I'm going to say including both something like that. Okay. So when we talk about memory, these are more closely, these are actually memory. So you got the universe list and remembering things that you're waiting for from other people. And then to not get overwhelmed with these things that you're waiting for from people, you may need to tag them to say, these are all part of the same thing. And I'll give you an example of that. Then we have this filtering mechanism where we want to put like dumping ground stuff. And then we also have text. I have text messages in here somewhere. Here's text conversations. Where's Mibu? Here's Mibu. Mibu is a capture. That's fine. Mibu, dumping ground, that's all fine. I'm going to tap on this just so I can see that I've been going on for 21 minutes. I don't know if there's a limit to Otter. I'm not sure. I don't think there is. Obviously, my phone has a limit. Oh, here's another cool thing about Otter. So you've got transcribing, you have recording. It's recording me right now. So I can play back the recording and then it will highlight the transcription for me. So it's almost like now I can, if I play this back, I can actually maybe even go to sleep listening to this. And I'm not kidding, because I'm boring. I'm boring, and this would be perfect for boring me to sleep. But we can talk about that later. Super nerding out about Otter AI, and I should tell you that the real initial thrust, and maybe even still the main thrust of Otter AI, is for business meetings. And so you get this thing started, and this would be great for ADHD people, right? Because I have people not asking me, but like on the internet, people talking about ADHD. They talk about, I'm in a meeting and people don't seem to need to take notes like me, and I can't keep up, and what do I do about it? And I told them, record the meeting. And that's what this is all about. Okay, so what am I, let's see here. So these items here, I want to see, we've got notes. So when things start getting a little bit too complicated, I need to go to like notes, and even inside the notes app, inside a note, you can outline, do a basic outline on your phone. And then if things really need to go beyond that, if they really start getting crazy, I can bring them into Microsoft Word, and I have a layout that I use that I can talk about. And I believe I have that on here somewhere, Microsoft Word. Okay, as long as I have, and I should say Outlook. I'm going to say Outlook too. I think I just want Outlook somewhere. I'm just going to put the Word here. I'm just going to put the Word there, because my quick start is going to be on my phone, but I can also do a quick start for MS Outlook, but I just kind of want the words MS Outlook because it's incredible. MS Outlook is so superior to the iPhone and Gmail. It's just, and it does not, I repeat, does not. It's not because it's a computer. It's because of how horrible the iPhone is. And I just have to say this, I'm sorry, but Apple's brand was, when they were trying to compete, they were like, it just works. And that is fucking bullshit. That was an excuse for not having features. And Apple's shit does not just work, okay? It doesn't just work. Like, don't have to think about it at all. That's fucking bullshit, because I've spent the last 5 years fighting with the piece of shit that is, purports to be referred to as a phone. All right. So yeah, when I think that something that I can do, it's like I can almost envision this kind of thing like this. And I don't want, let me do a control. Okay, good. It's going to let me do this. I want to do this I'll show you what I'm kind of trying to think of. In fact, these things, this can maybe be a separate thing. Oh, look, it's not automatically doing that. But we can there's some things there that are kind of new. And then we can go into this additional, like we start getting into visual aids. And then we can, obviously we got Evo Sight, but I think the next level of things would be maybe this. I think this is actually memory. Okay. When we start talking about really like memory, when we get into like working memory, then we start getting into this kind of thing, because this is absolutely about memory. So we can go 6, and we can say something like this. Right? Because that's like immediate working memory. Like, what am I supposed to do now? Where am I supposed to be? Right? Okay. I want to have carte blanche on here somewhere, and I think I have anxiety permission, carte blanche. That's good enough. Carte blanche. We'll talk about that later. But like when you start getting into mindfulness and stories and evolutionary psychology, that's getting into more like how you see the universe and how you deal with life, right? Now here we got visual aid, including calendars and outlines. We have outlines down here, Microsoft Word. So these go together. So let's go ahead and take, let's swap these out. And also this, really. Yeah, X, Control V. Now I'm down here, I can see this. So let me grab this, X, and I've got to fix that also, but I'll come back and fix that. V. And we got this breadcrumbs. Can I somehow cheat and maybe just do this for now? And delete. What is this down here? Can I get rid of this? Ah, wait. I guess that's probably, I'm going to let that go. If I right click, can I do something? Okay, good enough. Good enough. But this working memory is really, you know, we're getting into visual aid. We have physical cues. That helps with like filtering kind of stuff. Now we've got AI tools that I'm using right now. We've got money. We've got anxiety and carte blanche. Those are like kind of different things, but they're also really supposed to be helping with anxiety. We got routine, which precludes the need for any of this because you're hardwiring your brain with things, how you do things, what you do. So I know today, I know how to cook. I know I've got a grocery shopping thing. I know how to prepare meals when I'm ready to eat. I know how to do laundry and to take care of my house and to go to the grocery. And I know that I have a 7-day routine. And like every day I sleep, work, eat, exercise, and meditate. And in the evenings, I only need to do 3 things, but I only really need to remember 2. But it's like dinner, exercise, and meditate. So none of that needs to go anywhere. I don't need to have it on a to-do list. I don't even need it on my calendar. I don't even want it on my calendar because like tonight, I need to do 2 things, exercise and meditate. I don't care like which goes first or anything. I won't know until the moment. So for example, at 4 p.m., right, if it's a work day, but also I do this 7 days a week, right? So when 4 p.m. comes, am I hungry? If I'm not hungry, straight to the gym. If I'm hungry, then I'll eat, and then it's a perfect time to meditate while I'm digesting my food before I go to the gym. It's that simple. Okay. And then everything else is gravy. It's bonus material. It's byproduct. I don't care about anything else. I've got to do some universe stuff. I'm doing this right now. And I'm doing this because, let me check on myself, by the way, because I do have a memory aid that's built into doing these live videos. And in here, I know I've been live for 35 minutes. So, hey, let me do a check-in here. Like, what's going on, right? Well, it's 8:58 p.m., so hang on real quick. I'll show you something cool before 9 o'clock. Hopefully this is still working. Is Otter still working? It's still working. So I can even, it says I hit my transcription limit. Okay, so I'm going to stop. But before I do that, I want to go in here. Oh, I think I know what just happened. Okay, so I hit my transcription limit. I bet it's probably 30 minutes. And if that's what I do, like maybe that's the way I run my life from now on. I just do like 30 minutes. Hey, I'm pretty cheap, but I don't know, man. I don't know. This is awesome, but this is not normally what I would have to do. And I'll get to that. Now you hear these things coming up on my phone. These are my notifications from calendar. And that means it's 9 o'clock, and I'm going to show you like how I get context around what is actually going on right now. But what I also want to do is I want to just capture, because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be talking, but I want to capture that I'm doing this. So I'm going to do, I can do this now because AI is messed up. Or let's go back over there to Otter real quick. Close conversation. Now it's closed, so I can't mess anything up. I'm going to go back, and I can do multiple conversations as well. And I guess I missed like 37. I must have missed 8 minutes or something. If it's 30 minutes, I don't know. But this is YouTube live stream on simulating NT memory. That's perfect. So now on my calendar for the 8 o'clock hour, and 9 out of 10 times, I really just want to deal with like hours in my calendar. Now, sometimes I might split things for history, for like a record purposes of like, I did this exactly, but it doesn't happen that often. Sometimes it just makes it easier. It's just what it is. Okay, so 9 out of 10 times, I'm just like, what I'm concerned with is this hour and next hour, and in what hour do I need to remember something. So what I just did is, in the 8 o'clock hour, I created a new event. By the way, you can always just hit plus, and it always defaults to the current hour, which is awesome. So hit that plus sign, or you can have Siri create an event for you, etc. But I made an event for the 8 o'clock hour that's called YouTube live stream on simulating NT memory, or neurotypical memory. Now what's going on, and I punted or moved back or forwarded, however you want to think about it. These items, which are now, there are 5, there should be 5. And there are 5. Otter's telling me I need to open Otter so that it can upload it. Let me do that. Let me see if I can do that. So I'm technically have Otter open, but I should be able to go to my lock screen. I don't know how that affects whether an app is active or not. And so I've got brunch. So this is a reminder, and this is just something my dad was. I asked him if he wanted to do brunch. He said maybe Friday. I don't know. It's in his court. I don't want to pester him. The weather's kind of crappy. Whatever. It's up to him. I'm not going to chase him. I've got the air conditioner guy that's supposed to come today, and I just need to be aware and mindful of that. So it's like it's on here. Nothing that I need to do so far. Then I've got shave. As you can imagine, I don't shave every day, and I don't really care. But sometimes it gets to the point where it bothers me, and it's bothering me. But that's something I definitely. It's important. I have it as a must do because it's really bothering me. But at the same time, it's pretty hot because I don't have air conditioning, so there's a cascading ripple effect of not having air conditioning. So I don't really give a shit right now in this particular moment. I also have a reminder that if the air conditioner guy, like these two things are linked, and I do it temporarily, like things that are connected to each other, I just kind of keep them together. So I've got this idea about a portable air conditioner unit. If the guy doesn't fix my air today, my complex is going to need to either, maybe they have a unit that I can borrow, or they're going to need to go fucking rent one. And then drinking water. Now, wait a minute. Hang on. I missed something. Oh, so this is something that I missed, and it's because I'm doing this, and I think I just ignored it because I got off on this tangent. But I've got this thing I want to do for work. And so this is a perfect example of sort of how to get this on my lock screen. Because it's 9:05 right now, so I can't just move this thing because I've got some stuff I want to do for work, and it's not something critical. It's a want, but I've been working, and it's something I'm excited about. So I just need to get it back on my lock screen because it is for today. It's a must do, at least must remember that I might want to do it, but I don't want to. I want it to be pushed versus pull, so that the mechanic side of the must do versus not must do is really the relevance of that is mostly a mechanical, where I don't want to have to go somewhere to know that I want to work on this thing for work, because the stuff because I want to remember it. I want to remember that I want to do this, and I'm probably going to do it, but it's not a stressor. Anyway, so I'm now in the 9 o'clock hour, so I can't drag this thing down to 9 o'clock because it won't generate a notification. It'll only generate a notification for things that are at that hour, that exist at the top of the hour. Then it says, hey, what are the things in your calendar that generates a notification? You may say that's obvious, but it's not, because Microsoft Outlook, I can create an event for 10 years ago, and it's going to generate a reminder, which is awesome. Especially if I accidentally create, I've done this before where I created an event and it's actually on the wrong day. And so I get a reminder, which is great. And then it's like, wait, I'm like, where is it? And it's like, I accidentally put it on last week because I was looking at last week's calendar for some reason and forgot or something. All right. So I need to get this work thing back into my purview, and it's something that I want to know now too, because I eventually am not going to want to be at my desk anymore, especially since I'm doing this. But I am excited enough about this to where I can no longer be quiet about it. Okay, so what do I do? All right, the easiest thing to do for me would be to grab it and just drag it down to 9 9:15. Okay. And now, why would I do that? This is very similar to snoozing something in Gmail, because the Gmail is at the day level. So in Gmail, when I snooze something, it's like, yeah, not today. That's what that means. You snooze it. And that's kind of something you have to sort of feel. It's like, I want this out of my, and it could be something that's actionable. So here's another thing about agency. When we talk about my quick start memory simulation, you always have agency, and you can use any of the things that I'm telling you to do in whatever ways you want. Like, so a big one for me is I retain the right to sort of punt things or use these elements. So for example, if I just know that I don't want to do something today and I don't want it in my way, I just don't want to know about this, I just want to get out of my way, I can decide at any point that I'm just going to snooze this task, even though it's actionable. I'm just not going to work on this today. So I can just snooze it until tomorrow. Just get out of my way. I can also snooze it for a month from now. It's like, look, I can do this right now, but I'm just not going to, you know? And I might tag it in some way where I can find things that are snoozed for the future, but are actionable. That's another thing I can do. But ultimately, the point is that I can swipe the slate clean whenever I want. And I can punt things like doing this work to any point of time that I want. Okay, so anyway, having said all that, what I'm going to do is, and so here's the point. That's on a day-to-day basis. Now, on an hour-to-hour basis, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, the easiest thing for me is to slide this thing down to 9:15. 9:15 is 5 minutes from now. So I'm going to be doing this for at least 5 minutes. It's an easy thing to do. And so that's what I'm going to do. And there you go. The like snap to kind of functionality in the calendar is you can drag something to start at the top of the hour, 15 after, 30 after, 15, quarter till, and then the next hour. Those are the things you can sort of, that's the resolution at which you can kind of drag things up and down. Now, if you want to edit a calendar event, you can assign it to any time in 5-minute increments. So top of the hour, 5 past, 10 past, etc. You got a lot more gradations, if you will. But with Siri, you can have something start at any time. And so if I ever want to do something new, or if I just don't feel like blah, 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 I can always tell Siri to create an event for 2 minutes from now. And I always say 2 minutes because if you're right around that, new time while you're talking to Siri, then so I always say from 2 minutes from now, create an event 2 minutes from now for this or whatever until the end of the hour or whatever, and then I'm golden, right? Now, in the calendar view, this is ugly. In the agenda view, it's absolutely fine. I can go to my agenda view now. I've got my YouTube live stream, which is just recording history. And then I can look at all of that's grayed out because it's in the past, which is fine. I can go to my agenda and I can look at my agenda now and I can see brunch, AC guy, shave, the portable AC unit, drinking water, and then this new task, which is doing this work for my job, right? So we're good. Now I can also, at 9:15, this will also show up on my lock screen and so forth. But inside of the calendar view, it gets a little ugly and wonky when you're looking at it. Actually, in this case, it's not too terribly bad. I guess it's, I got lucky. But anyway, it gets wonky when you have things that aren't really lined up nicely, like at the top of the hour and stuff like that. In this case, it's not that bad. I can't easily read these things, but I don't care because they're on my lock screen. And my lock screen, that's the Bible. That is the gold version. That's the goal. That's the most important thing. That's the only thing that I need to worry about. I know, because I know, and because I do these reviews every morning, I know that I have a pull list in Gmail. I know there's always things I can do, but the things that are in my pull list for Gmail are really not that important, which is why they're not getting done. But they're always there, you know. And that's okay. And like I said, I can always get rid of them, but since there's less than one screen full, I just don't care. But I know that I can always go there, pick some things off. If I'm sort of idle or waiting for something, or there's not anything that I can work on that is urgent for this hour, then I can go empty the dishwasher, you know, just as a luxury, like a convenience. Okay. And so now I'm looking at my lock screen. I've got these items. In 2 minutes, because it's 9:13, in 2 minutes, this work one's going to pop up. And that is actually something I want to do today. It's something that would be good to do now. My apartment's kind of hot, so I may even like have to get out here. Like go to one of the ideas I had was going to the library. Let me see about this. Where is the nearest Middletown library?
One sec. Okay, here's what I found.
Okay, so the library's closed. Opens at 10, but it's only open till 5. So yesterday it was open till 9, but that's okay because maybe I'll be all right. But at the same time, I kind of want to be here for when the air conditioner guy comes here. So because I'm on him. He came, was it yesterday? Yes, I think he came over twice yesterday. The first time he came over, oh yeah, and everything was so frozen up, he wanted to leave and then come back so that he could, because he couldn't even like find out where the leak is because of all the ice. So he turned the unit off but left the blower going and then came back and he said, yeah, there's a leak. It's in the coil and you need a new coil. So then that was the second trip yesterday. And now he's coming back today, hopefully with a coil if he can get his hands on one. And he seemed to think that he should be able to get his hands on one. And then, of course, the other option is a new unit, which I really don't care. I asked him, I said, hey, a new unit would be more efficient, would it? And he said, yeah, but he mentioned something about how they're shitty because they're new, because they don't make things like they used to. Yeah. And so I don't know. But I have to think that a newer unit would be more efficient, just be more powerful, whatever. Anyway, why am I telling you this? Oh, because I kind of want to be here when he shows up. So let's see where I am. So that's where my context is right now. So it's now 9:16, and now at the very top, because it's the most recent one, right at the top is this thing I want to do for work. So I think it's 53 minutes into this broadcast. It's been very useful for me to have this slide. And like I said, I've got these items here. These items here are all like kind of pure memory things. Uh-oh, there's my dad. Hang on. Sir! What is going on?